when we tend to have a vision or a goal for ourselves which we want very badly, we tend to put it on such a high pedestal. We start to think of it as something which is so unattainable. But instead, don't have that thing put on such a high pedestal up there. Think of it as something that is totally attainable to you. Think of it as something which you're working towards every day. And do put in the work towards getting to that level every day. So if you really want 11 line abs, like you want to have a shredded waist and you want to look really, really toned, if you see someone who has 11 line abs, don't think, oh my god, I want her body so bad, I want those abs so bad. Instead, train your mind into thinking this way: I love that she looks so beautiful and so strong, and she's probably very, very fit. And I'm also so glad that I'm on the same journey of getting super healthy and fit and getting the 11 line abs that she has. So this way, you are training yourself to believe that what you want is very attainable. And if you're actively putting in steps towards reaching that goal, trust me, you're going to get that goal so much faster than you can ever imagine. Along the same lines, you have to normalize what you want. Don't think of it as something that's so unattainable to you. Otherwise, it will be unattainable to you. Let me give you an example. If you want to be an Olympic athlete, then you have to normalize training for 4 to 6 hours a day. And that may sound absolutely insane to someone who is not trained to be an Olympic athlete. They'll think you're insane. But if you're an athlete, your only job is to train. And you have to normalize both being an athlete and training like an athlete in order to actually become an athlete. You have to normalize eating chicken and rice every day. You have to normalize training for 4 to 6 hours every day. It's not possible for you to want a certain thing without being okay with putting in the necessary work that is required for you to get there. If you want to make it to the Olympics, you have to train. You have to be really good at it. You have to be on top of your fitness game, and you have to normalize that whole process. You can't think of it as something which is tiring or something which is exhausting or something which is abnormal. You have to think of it as something that is so normal because you are an athlete. And that's how you go from someone who wants to make it to the Olympics to someone who actually is in the Olympics. Now, the Olympics is just a crazy example because it's very easy to explain in terms of training, because training for 4 to 6 hours a day is kind of crazy to literally everyone. But to an athlete, it's normal. And you have to normalize the practices of an athlete in order to become an athlete. You have to normalize the practices of a business person in order to become a successful business person. So anything and everything that you want, normalize it. Anything that's normal comes easy. Anything that you think is difficult is difficult. So normalize it and you will get there. And lastly, there's gratitude. You have to be grateful for what you have. You might be stuck in a place which absolutely seems like to you right now. Your life may not be exactly the way you want it to be. You might be going through a lot of difficult times, and I completely understand that. But even in the worst of the worst times, you will have one single thing to be grateful about. It could be the Wi-Fi that's connecting you to the entire world that you're using to stream this video. It could be your phone. It could be the coffee you drank this morning. It could be anything. It could be the clothes you're wearing right now. Something super small or something super big. It doesn't matter. But there will be at least one good thing that you have to notice in your day-to-day. And when you start noticing this every day, the number of good things in your life will go from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3. And at one point, you will have so many great things in your life that you will have to sit and pick and choose things to be grateful about, things to note down that you're grateful about, because that's how many things you will have going on in your life that are so good. The universe responds to gratitude. God is happy when we are grateful, and you are happier when you are grateful. When you can recognize the good in certain things, you become a happier person, you become a more appreciative person, you are more fun to be around, you attract better opportunities. Gratitude is such a high frequency, such a high vibration, and you feel very nice when you are feeling grateful. So normalize gratitude as well, and these 3 steps put together along with aligned action in the direction of the goals that you have will take you places. It will take you places where you can't even imagine. It's going to be so great. I really hope you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next video. Subscribe, otherwise I don't think I'll see you again. So bye bye, have a great day.